We're live. Welcome to Protea Live. My name is Zane Stevens. I'm the founder of Protea Financial. Happy Monday. Going to be a little bit of a busy week, so I was going to come on tomorrow as normal schedule. I started looking at my calendar. I was like, oh, that might be a little bit too much for a Tuesday. And then Wednesday's a little messy. And then Thursday and Friday, I'm at a conference. I'm at the Cal CPA Wine Industry event. Get a little bit of education, see what's happening. Specifically excited about one of the banking topics. I'm not sure if you all know, but the banking world went a little crazy in 2023. And I would like to understand what's going to happen. We have a lot of clients that will come up for renewals, line of credits, and I just don't know where it's going to go. But let's get into today's topic. Last week, we spoke about accounting software, and we're going to do the same today. Last week's focus was on software that we use internally to run our business, where this week, we're all going to focus on the software that I really love and software that I recommend for our clients. I was looking around, and I wrote an article on this on LinkedIn in 2021, and I was going through it. And we covered some main portions being the accounting software we prefer to use, payroll software, bill pay software, expense management software, and we spoke about 1099 software. I'll cover all five of those again. And the interesting topic that you'll see is that nothing's changed since 2021. I still believe in 4 out of 5 of those. One of them, I'm looking for an alternative, and I'm going to discuss a potential alternative that we've been using internally, me personally, on a day-to-day basis that I think might be a great alternative to the platform. I'm also going to talk about, I said I'm happy with 4 out of the 5. One of them, we'll see. They just recently got acquired, and that's not necessarily a good thing. At times, I feel like when good, well-run organizations are bought by bigger organizations, I get that we do that because there's savings, better technology, and we can develop going forward. But I am worried about the pricing structure, speed, and if it will be as successful as possible. I'm also going to add in an extra topic this time around that I don't normally talk about, but it goes hand in hand with the 1099 software. So I'm going to talk about it. So we're basically going to chat. We're going to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. I'm actually adding another one, which I spoke about a little bit in the last video, but I want to bring it up here as well because we do use this on a daily basis. So let's start at the top. Accounting software is the starting point, right? As a business, we have a preferred favorite software. And I've spoken about it many times before on this platform, as well as with my collab series with Tony. And one of the things that we always spoke about is that we're heavily invested with Intuit and QuickBooks, almost to the point where it's like I didn't really plan it that way. It just happened. When I started this business nearly 10 years ago, I didn't know much. I was new to the US and I heard about QuickBooks. So I went with QuickBooks. And at this point, we're very ingrained with it. It's about 95% of our clients are on QuickBooks. About of that 95%, I would say 65% are QuickBooks Online, and that number is growing on a regular basis, either because clients we're bringing on board are using QuickBooks Online, or we're converting them from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online. Sometimes we move them from Enterprise to QuickBooks Online. A little trickier, comes with a few complications. We've done a lot of internal training to make sure that happens. But our choice of accounting software is QuickBooks Online. That is our preferred platform. And I know a lot of you guys will go, but you work with inventory. Isn't that a little tricky? It's not perfect, right? It isn't at all. It's not ERP quality, but it's good enough. I can bring in my inventory with units and unit price, and I can pull through and get gross margin straight away. That for me is good enough. And that's why we're happy to use QuickBooks Online. And I recommend it to any new winery starting out. You will eventually outgrow it, but you'll see that's sort of a trend with all the software I'm going to talk about. And generally software in general, at some point, if you get big enough, ERP is the right way to go. And then it gives you a bunch of different options. Next up, I spoke about this a little last week. For document storage, we use Dropbox. Are there better options out there? Sure. Are there more secure options? Maybe. But we've been using it for 10 years right now. It's simple to use. Clients feel comfortable with it. It's secure enough, and it's working for us. Doesn't matter mean we aren't reassessing it on an annual basis, but Dropbox does work for us at this point, and we'll continue to use Dropbox in the foreseeable future until we feel like we need to make a significant change. Next up is payroll software, and payroll software is very, very interesting. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll know this is something that I ask about on a regular basis. And once a year, I'll get 1,000 requests from different payroll companies, and we'll speak. And I go through this process, I meet with people, and there are wonderful options out there. But for me, the best option for my clients, remembering I work with smaller clients, smaller businesses, generally 0 to 10 employees, the best option, and it's the option that Protea uses as well for our personal payroll, so I use it on a day, like a weekly, whatever we pay payroll, is Gusto. I love Gusto. I love what they're doing. They make it easy for me, somebody who's running the payroll, and also make it easy for the users, the people who are actually getting paid, to go on and make adjustments as they need. And it integrates with a lot of different benefit platforms that we use as well. I know a lot of the people at Gusto spend a lot of time at their conferences. They're doing a lot of great things to make it even better, specifically when it comes to AI and human AI. So effectively say, I'm going to give you AI tools and you bring the human touch, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. And I really like what they do. And for me, and this is probably the 4th or 5th year in a row, which I've assessed payroll platforms, they are the best option for me. Honorable mention to ADP, small business platform. I know sometimes people hear ADP and they go like, oh, big business. True, but they have been focusing in the last few years on, the smaller businesses and making sure that there is an option for those businesses. And they built out a really good team. They're somebody I trust. We have onboarded a few of our clients with them very successfully. If you, for some reason, don't like Gusto, I think ADP is a really good option. There's a couple of payroll companies I don't like. I won't put that in this video, but I'm more than happy to talk about it with you in person if you reach out to me. Next up is the Bill Pay platform. There's a lot of good systems out there, but best bang for your buck is Bill.com, or as they rebranded it, Bill. It's a great software. The ability to be able to send information to a folder automatically. The AI tool sort of matches a bunch of items. I can bring it in the system, bring the amount, put approvers on it. So we're taking away from having to pass a piece of paper around and write it, and get that approval straight away, as well as make my payments from that platform. Simplifies the whole process, makes it a lot easier. And again, just because it's a software, it integrates with QuickBooks Online, which is our preferred accounting software, and it makes everything smoother, quicker, and it basically leaves us with one account at the month end where we have to reconcile the control account to make sure all our transactions are in. It is very, very simple to use. It is very affordable, and they're constantly looking to improve, which is great. I don't really like their AR side of Bill. We really just use the AP side. AR, we're generally using credit card processes for direct consumer, and then manual invoices straight out of QuickBooks for wholesale. So I feel very comfortable with Bill as being a really great option for most businesses for AP processing because of the ability to use AI. It allows you to get approvals and make payments. Super simple, one place, get it all done. Very easy. Spoke about it earlier in the platform. This is the one sort of piece of software that I'm really not sure about. We've been using Expensify for employee expense management for a long time. I don't have that much faith in them at the moment, but I don't really have a good alternative. I will be going to QuickBooks Connect in like 2 weeks' time. They'll be high on my list of looking at other expense management platforms out there to see what the options are. I think it's still usable. It's still a great option if you have companies where you need to manage expenses. So I wouldn't write them off yet, but I'm on the fence with them. I'm open for interpretation on better options, but Expensify at the moment is the expense management platform that we're using. An alternative to that, though, is actually a Bill product. And, we're looking at more using, credit cards as an alternative, providing company credit cards have a very similar interface to Expensify, where like once I spend it, I have to go to app, upload documents, all that type of stuff. And that's using a system called Divi. I've been using it now for, 2, 3, 4 years. For a while, it might have even been pre-purchased by Bill. Not exactly sure what the timeline looks like there. But I found it really easy. I just quickly swipe it. We've got an online platform. I can see, upload bills, put in descriptions, all integrated with QuickBooks Online, super simple. So I find that as a great alternative to Expensify. It's a little harder to sell. People like, well, I don't want to give my employees credit cards. Well, there's a lot of rules, especially out here in California, about making sure you pay people the money that belongs to them. So I think, we'll see a lot more movement away from expense management using people's private credit cards to moving towards credit cards in the future. So I think it's something very important for people to consider for their employees, and we like Divi. I was going to talk about 1099 software, but it's sort of a precursor that we'll see how it flows into my discussion is sales tax compliance. Now, a lot of businesses have sales tax compliance. Over the last few years, Nexus has become a really big thing. If you're selling multi-states or you're selling online, it gets super, super complicated. And I'm not talking about winery compliance right now. I'm talking purely sales tax compliance. We highly recommend Avalara, especially if it adds on, if you use something like Shopify, you can just add on the application. It'll keep track of it. It'll give you suggestions of new states to register. It's a really, really good tool. And they have a option where they can file for you. Avalara is a good software from a sales tax compliance point of view. Again, I'm not talking about winery compliance. This is purely general business. For sales tax compliance, Avalara is a great option to supplement an internal team. So consider that for your business. And why I bring them up is because my favorite 1099 software is Track 1099, who were purchased by Avalara this year. So the jury's out on how that's going to work out. Seems a little outside of, their area of specialty, so I'm a little worried, but we'll see. For now, Track 1099 is still the best. Super easy. Upload a file. They'll send out 1099s for you at a small cost. They'll make sure things are filed in time. 1099s are a pain in the ass. Fact. Most people don't understand 1099s. Fact. It's probably a process that doesn't even really work that well anymore. Fact. But it has to be done. And the deadlines are really, really, really tight. So I do recommend using a software platform. I know QuickBooks can do it. I know Bill can do it. But we'd like to bring it into one place because our clients don't have the best processes all the time. They're getting paid in different ways. And there's a little bit of legal room that we need to be done. We can centralize it, upload it, and send it out. And we have a paper trail to show that we did the work and that the documents were sent. And there's an email option as well as a mailing option. The email option is great, but you have to monitor it and make sure that in case people haven't opened their email. Track 1099. It makes the burdensome process of issuing 1099s very simple. Don't go buy paper forms to fill out yourself. That is batshit crazy and belongs back in the 90s. Use a software. We like Track 1099. As an accountant serving clients, you are going to have to make some decisions on accounting software. We've been doing this now for nearly 10 years. And even though it's been 2 years since my last article, which I've written on what software we use, not much has changed. That doesn't mean every year I don't take time to reassess our options and figure out what is the best option for us to serve our clients the best, as well as ease of use for our clients. Today, we touched on some of the best software that we like to use. Accounting software, we love QuickBooks Online. Even with us dealing with inventory businesses, it is more than enough. QuickBooks Online is great and it is continuously improving. For payroll, we trust Gusto. I feel like it is a great option for small businesses. It integrates with a lot of benefit packages in the background, and they continue to improve, including their big steps that they're making with AI. We love Gusto and we continue to trust them. And we trust them so much, we use them for our own internal payroll at Protea Financial. For bill pay systems, we believe in bill.com. Really good platform. It allows us to bring documents in, make use of their AI technology, get approval from clients, and make payments in the same place. One-stop shop for all our AP processing. Very simple, very easy, and everybody can use it. Expense management, this one is definitely up in the clouds. Where are we going to go with this? We're still recommending Expensify if clients want to go that way, but we have recently recommended rather using company credit cards. A lot easier to track, no worries about legal ramifications of you're using your employees' money. And we use Divvy internally, and we recommend that to our clients. For sales tax compliance, again, this is not winery specific, but just general sales tax. We do like Avalara, especially if it integrates with whoever's hosting your online store. They manage it, they'll monitor it, and even if you want to, you can pay for them to file it for you. It's a really good tool to take a lot of the guesswork and the difficulty of populating all that information and paying for expensive reviews of should I be registered or not. They'll give you the advice, you get it registered, and you use them to file your sales tax returns on a monthly basis. So for pure sales tax compliance, we like to use Avalara. And last, it's that time of the year, got to file those 1099s. Most people don't even understand what they are, but use a system that allows you to keep a great paper trail. Use the technology, get them to do the dirty work for you. Our recommendation is try 1099. Accounting software is important for all businesses and something you should assess on a regular basis. Make sure you have your tech stack ready. It doesn't have to be super rigid. It has to be this, also we won't work with you, but have your preferred platforms and make sure that your team knows how to use them, as well as then recommend to your clients to make you guys a little bit more successful. Accounting software is critical. Accounting software is always changing. So I spoke about what we use to run our business, and I've spoken to you what we use with our clients. But the number one takeaway from this is consistently review your software to ensure that it is the best option available. Options will change, and you will have to adjust with the times. Happy Monday, everybody. Till next time.